Right, we had someone in the chat put in something about, can you talk a little bit about life work balance and so on and so forth. But so I don't know if you want to mention that, Dr. Brown, but
yeah, I mean, I could talk a little bit about that. I mean, it's well, I'll start off by saying that that entrepreneurship is not easy, and it takes a lot of hard work, and it's very challenging to establish a balance. It's a balance is something that you have to work towards. It's not something that happens by itself. I would say that one of the things that I just mentioned in terms of moving your business from a hobby or playing at it to actual business has to do with systems. And once you can employ some systems, once you can outsource some things, then those are tools that you can use to help balance your work life a little bit more. I mean, especially in the beginning. I mean, just like anything else, you know, an airplane. Now, don't hold me to the numbers because this has been a while. But they said like an airplane takes like 130% of rated power to get off of the ground. But once it gets off the ground and reaches cruising altitude, they throttle back, and then they are driving at like 70. But to get off the ground and to get moving and get that momentum going, you got to work hard. You got to, you know, you can sleep when you're dead. You can, I mean, you got to work hard. You got to put other things aside. You know, you have to turn off the TV. You have to get up a little bit earlier. Okay. You got to stay up a little bit later.
Right.
And you got to put that work in. But once you get going and get the momentum going, then there's some tools and things that you can employ that allow you then to throttle back. Because if you have to work all the time, okay, then it might not be worth it for you.
Right.
Okay? So you have to be able to get it to a point where you can throttle it down. I think that one of the life balance issues is that people never get it to the point where they then can employ the systems to reduce the amount of time. And they're going on all sorts of directions. They haven't had a plan. They jumping at all sorts of shiny new objects and they're buying all kinds of stuff, but they don't have a plan. And so you need to have a plan, and you need to try to stick to the plan. It doesn't mean that you have to follow it all the time. You know, you need to be flexible with it. But I think the key is that you work at a balance and you employ tools and systems. And these days, with the computerization and the internet and all sorts of free tools, there's so many free tools available, like the one that we're on right now.
Right.
There's so many tools that are available for free that you really can manage your business. I mean, I don't know how many people we have watching us, but I mean, you could be just as easily talking to your team. That could be just as easily anywhere in the world, and we could be having a sales meeting, a management meeting, and motivating people from all over the world, all over different time zones. It's whatever time. It's a couple of minutes to 6 tonight. This evening, I'm about to go to the dinner at my brother-in-law's house. Actually, once we're done here. But I mean, all of these things are possible, and you can overcome them with techniques, tools, and systems. And having the right people, So.
There's a question.